All right, so welcome everyone to this very special yoga class on behalf of the Graduate Peer Support Network. It's an honor to be here. Again, always an honor to be teaching for fellow students and classmates. And again, the real healing is feeling. So getting into the phenomena of our subjective experience, because that's what yoga is all about. It's all about learning the science of the scientists, watching the watcher watching, observing the observer observe. And so today's class, we're really going to focus on what we do mostly, not just as students, but as faculty, as both. We like to sit around and we like to work. And so today we're going to work out all that working in. So what we do is we work it in by sitting, we work hard. And so today we're going to work that out. And so this is going to be a special class designed for releasing the posture of sitting, relaxing, letting go, and just really getting in a good and healthy way, things that we can take away. And any part of this class can be sort of disseminated. You can take any little part and repeat whenever necessary. So we're going to begin today lying down on our backs and just getting into a good way. And as we get onto our backs, bring our knees into our chest and just give ourselves a squeeze. Let's rock the head side to side and let's just let it flow, let it go for 10 deep breaths here. Inhaling all the way through the nose. And then exhaling, elongating that exhale through the mouth, releasing. Like a valve releases pressure. Push all the way out. I'm still exhaling. Inhale. You'll feel it like a rebound. Your knees might move away. Exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Release the pressure like from a valve. Let it all go. Your neck may be getting a little sore as you do this, so really massaging the head left and right. Inhaling. Exhaling. If you have the flexibility, maybe bringing knees in towards the elbows, grabbing wrists, and just really tightening it up, rocking side to side, lifting head off the ground. And again, what we're doing here is just grounding the spine, allowing the spine to relax, release, let go, so that we can be well. And again, wellness is all connected to our mental and physical state. And so as we start to relax and release in the body, as we stretch the body, we also relax and release the mind. We stretch the mind. So again, a couple more deep breaths in. Feeling that expansion. Exhaling, extending the elongation of the breath to stimulate parasympathetic activity. Let's do 3 more. Two. And 1. Slowly bringing the soles of the feet to the floor. Let's start at the base of the spine, at the foundation. Let's start to curl the tailbone up and down, feeling a nice rock through the base of the spine. Relaxing, letting go, and letting be. Just nice and gently and free. That tailbone is just moving down, and then it's moving up. So I'm going to emphasize with my hands what's going on. Tailbone's dropping down, and then tailbone is lifting up. I don't have to pop my hips up just yet. Just rolling it out through the base of the spine. Getting a deep, deep, deep exploration of the lumbar spine. So again, we're moving from thoracic to the lumbar to the sacral, and really massaging it out for 10, 9, stretch out your arms, relax your head, relax your shoulders, everything relaxes, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Separating the feet a little bit wider, start to try and bring down one knee at a time. It's in the trying to bring down one leg at a time that you really get the stretch. So as you open up your legs, it's a little bit harder to bring the knees down to the floor. You might be able to right away. As I continue to do this, you might see me starting to do it. Remember, it's not the journey, it's the destination. We're working through the base of the spine. Again, really focusing on the area underneath the thoracic spine, the lumbar, and the sacral. And again, just moving side to side, you'll start to feel it in those side hips, in those glutes. And again, just getting a nice stretch back and forth. And as the knees go left, look right. As the knees go right, look left. And again, always breathing, because that's what really separates the yoga from everything else. Inhaling all the way. Exhaling all the way. The deeper we flow, the more we know about ourselves. Right? Because nothing can get past you. Nothing can get past the witness position. And in yoga, we call this awareness. Awareness of our thoughts, our behaviors, of our feelings, of our physiology, basically of the whole biopsychosocial model. We can be aware. And the more we become aware of it, the more we can care for these things. We can bring them under sort of voluntary, involuntary control. So again, influence. And so relaxing here, feeling here for 10, letting it flow, letting it go. And as I promised, as I started to show you, right, as it goes down, even my stretch has gone a lot deeper. And all I've been doing is just rolling it out left and right. And again, I think if I did it a few more times, my knee would probably get all the way to the ground. But we're gonna stop in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. What we're going to do here now is we're going to do something that's going to strengthen and stabilize the lower back. It's great to relax and release it, but it's also very important to strengthen and stabilize it. So what we're going to do here is place our hands behind our heads so our necks don't get tired. So we're going to imagine that we're lying out comfortably on a beach. We're going to curl our toes. And once our toes are curled, we're going to draw our knees towards our chest. Now we're going to stay here. Now, doing the same thing we did before, linking the consciousness of the movements, start to drop your tailbone to the ground until your heels touch the ground. And then you're going to curl your tailbone a long way up, towards your chest. You might even feel your elbows start to come inward toward the center line of the body. That's totally okay, because that means you're getting an active core response. And so we don't want to get reactive. We just want to activate this gently and slowly. So working your way into it. Remember, I'm not throwing my legs. This is not a leg movement. Once you lock it all in, you're pretty much here, and then you drop your tailbone. And that can be fast or slow. And then we curl our tailbone up and then drop it. And now the stretch in that tailbone has gotten a lot bigger. So if we've been sitting all day, this is a great way to relax and release from the base of the spine. And again, not only that, we're also stretching, but we're also strengthening, getting a bit of a core warm up as we warm up the core. And remember, as we've discussed before, core is everything that supports your spine. Anything that supports your spine is part of the core as our operational and conceptual definition. So keep, again, the legs tight. You want to feel this through your hips. You want your hips to get strong. That's how we get strong lower bodies. That's how we get strong kicks. That's how we become strong swimmers, right? We get a really strong signal through all the way to the base of the spine. And that's what we're doing by curling it up and rolling it back down. Good, let's bring the breath in for 10. Elongating that exhale more than the inhale, 9. So that means a slower way down, 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale up. Grab hold of your knees, relax your head side to side, exhale, let it go. And as you exhale, roll it out a little bit more. You're gonna feel more and more as we can continue on this special journey. Grab hold of the ankles from inside. So see how I'm doing it, grabbing hold of the ankles from the inside, and then slowly, slowly start to open up one leg at a time. Nice and easy, side to side. Let those hips open up. Keep your head tucked, right? Keep your head tucked just for a second more. Let it flow, let it go. Let those hips open up. Try and open up one hip at a time. As you drop one hip down to the other side, try and pull that leg up. So one moves away from you, you're pushing it down towards the ground. The other comes up, you're gonna feel all sorts of cricks and cracks. Make sure you relax your neck. Remember, it all goes up the spine. We're working the core, so that's everything nose to toes. Beautiful, and when you're ready here, grab hold of the outsides of the feet and allow yourself to lie back down. Good, this is known as stirrup. Relax here, 10 breaths. Again, we're being spider people, right? Both Spider-Man, Spider-Women, Spider-Boy, Spider-Girl, we're being spider people, right? And just opening up those knees, grabbing hold of the outsides of the feet, relaxing the head, outside, inside, right? Just feel every part of your body trying to flatten on the floor. Relax your shoulders. And that's why I really like this pose. You know, it just feels great. It's a great release for the hips, and it really grounds your spine down into the ground. Good. 5, 4. Always elongating that exhale for the warm-up. 3. Stimulating parasympathetic activity. 2. And 1. Inhale, hold the breath. And as you inhale, hold the breath, allow your feet to come up in the air for full happy baby. And now exhale, pull those knees in towards your chest and relax your head once again. Again, you're gonna feel it more in the heart as we're moving up now through the spine for the first time. Well, a little bit through the twisting, but really feeling the emphasis actually is more on your heart center. Because why? We've brought the weight from the hips up through the heart. And now by pressing, notice I'm not bending my elbows. I'm pressing through my shoulders. And as I press down through my shoulders, relaxing the head, right? And again, relaxing the hips, try and get your tailbone. So the tailbone isn't curling up, it's curling down. And again, that's like your chin tucking towards your chest. You're trying to get everything flat on the floor. And again, this takes a lot of work and a lot of practice. That's why I keep moving my head. I don't need to, but I keep doing it to emphasize just how much tension can be collected at any point in our practice. And so again, it's really important to use these micro movements because these movements are medicine for your body. Right? Movement is medicine for the body the same way stillness is medicine for the mind. But we have to get to stillness, right? And it's a journey, and it's the beginning of practice, so there's no rush. We'll get there, no worries. But let's just keep breathing and feeling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Let's send that energy back down towards the floor, and now let's send it past the heart all the way up the head. So it's going to be hips, heart, head. Here we go. We lift up through the heart, lift up through the hips, and everything just drains into the head. Hold it up here, rock your hips side to side, and then when you're ready, exhale down, relax. You can bring the arms into it to help with your shoulders. You can start with Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, or Cactus Arms as we called it, lifting all the way up. If you have shoulder issues, or if you have space, which I don't being in my small apartment, but I'm going to demonstrate anyways, by tucking my hands underneath my couch and just lift up as the arms come back. So again, timing the movement, elbows come down, hips come down, we relax. And then again, if I had more space, again, I would lift my arms up, lift my hips up. Again, that's as far as I can go. I'm just gonna cheat and show you a little bit further. Get a little bit higher, and now bring the knees inward toward you. Hold here, feel here, and then dropping back down. Good, I'm gonna go into a more natural movement with cactus arms. Not that it's better or worse. It all is the same. As we draw the hips up, we bring the knees together. They're just extensions or levels of each other, right? It's not better to be on level 3, but if you're at level 2, it's something to aspire to. And again, these are just arbitrarily set. Right? So again, what the levels are: level 1, we're not using the hands at all. Level 2, we're doing cactus arms. Good. And then level 3, we're bringing those arms straight arm all the way up with the hips. Again, my cushion's in the way, so I'm just going to stretch behind me and get it all the way up, 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 up. Good. For 10, 9, 8, 7, sending that energy from hips through heart and into head. 3, 2. Good, and 1. Up and hold, and as we up and hold, press your elbows into the ground. Really press them into the ground. Rearrange your feet. Get nice and strong, and see if you can reach for your ankles now. And as you reach for your ankles, start to pulse your hips up. And then bring your thighs inward. And if you really want to relax from a long day of sitting, there's nothing better than reclined bridge pose. Right? And so here we are, lying back, enjoying the beautiful journey for 10, pulse 9, get all those wibbly jibblies out. Get all that feeling, all that static, all that noise, and make room for stronger signal. 3, 2, and of course, what's the signal in yoga? It's awareness. 1, perfect, and coming down on the floor, stretch up and reach for knees, and pulse, counter stretching. Should feel really good as we flatten out on the floor. Again, we're focusing on releasing and relaxing the sitting posture. So why are we doing all this? Well, you're in it. You feel it, you know it. You can feel that tension in the lumbar spine starting to break up, starting to dissipate. Good, let's do 10 more. 9, 8, pulse, curl, backside. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Roll onto your left side, come into a fetal position. Left hand on top of right knee. Again, place your hand on your hip. Look over to the right side. And again, if you have the space, right, you can do cactus arms. Right, and just stretch out your arm nice and comfortable and work your way into straight arms. So again, you're reaching out. If you don't have space to reach out, you're doing some kind of modified version. Hand behind head with elbow. Right? There's all sorts of things you can do to explore your twist. But basically, your knees are going in one direction, your gaze is going in the other direction, and the reason that is because we're twisting the spine from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Good, we're gonna breathe here for 10. 9, remember, breathing is the most important part of the practice. This is where we stimulate parasympathetic activity. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Again, we're going to do the same thing other side, so just gently bring yourself all the way over in a fetal position. Place your right hand on top of your left knee, and again, same thing. Start by placing your hand on your hip, looking over left shoulder, get yourself in a comfortable position, and then underswing that arm Look up, feel up, and stretch. And breathe. Again, feeling the healing, right? From the base of the spine to the crown of the head, all conducted through the breath. Let the breath be your guide. Let the breath be your leader. Let it aspire and inspire, right? Inspiration comes from the word inhalation, right? To inhale is to receive, inhalation is to receive inspiration. Exhale, exaltation, exhalation, right? Feel the connection, feel the association of the words. Start to draw that feeling into the body. Because remember, it's the phenomena of the feeling that's the healing, right? What is healing? It's something very subjective. Good. 3 more. 2. Really stretch that spine, base of the spine, crown the head. Last one. Fantastic. Rolling over onto your right side, coming up with helping hands, and let's meet up in a comfortable seated position. And as we sit, remember sitting nice and comfortable, so heels underneath the knees, or if you prefer, ankles to tailbone, right? Whichever you prefer, depends how open your hips are. And once here, we're gonna do some breathing. So this first breathing is known as Cobbler. It's a very nice breathing for the body, but especially for releasing the back body, we're gonna place our hands down today. So just hands out in front of you, stretching out in front, relaxing. And I'm gonna show you with my belly, it's an ice cream scoop breath. So it goes, so it's like taking an ice cream scoop and going, and getting one big scoop, putting on the ice cream cone, scooping again, next, and we're gonna do 100 scoops or 50 scoops, depending how generous we feel today to be with our ice cream, okay? So again, exhale, letting it all go. Big inhale. And as you inhale the breath, come up. Feel yourself floating up on your knees, move side to side, holding for 10. You might even feel a little bit high here. Let it flow, let it go, let it move. This is the energy in your body. 6, stretch up tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lean back, let it go. Bring the feet together, little circles. So now we're gonna explore what we did. We're gonna now scan the body again, hips, heart, head, and really figure out what we did, right? And that's the beautiful part. So again, exploring, feeling, healing, that's pretty much the name of the game. Good, other direction. And again, we're gonna revisit that breath. That breath was known as Kabbalabhate. Gets translated as skull shining or illuminating breath. It's really good for helping us wake up. It's really good for helping us relax because again, we're increasing, right? The breath, the prana in the body, that life force energy, we're playing with the exhalation. And again, the inhalation, the inspiration is coming naturally to us. We don't do anything, we just exhale. Good, so we're gonna try that one more time. So again, you can cross with your less dominant foot this time. So last time it was right in front of left, this time it's gonna be left in front of right, just to balance it out. Hands in front of you. Remember, you can always sit like this. There's no right or wrong to sitting. Just get nice and comfortable. I just sit like this because again, years and years of yoga have made it all feel the same. So here we are, hands out in front. And remember, it's an ice cream scoop. And so if it gets hard or your throat gets contracted for any reason, go to your nose. Just takes a little bit more effort. But after this breathing, we're going to start to breathe more through the nose. Again, getting that regulation and that circulation. Ooh, just got a little cramp there. So I'll go to a little simpler position, okay? All right, so hands out in front. Again, let it go, let it flow. Deep breath in. And let's begin. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. And as you inhale, hold the breath, bring it up again. Stretch it out, feel for 10. Scan your body. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lean back, connect the feet together. Hands to knees or elbows to knees. Full circles. And again, same circles we did before. Again, scanning our body. And again, as you notice, we're taking the seated position in a very comfortable way, Cobbler Pose. For some, this is not that comfortable. If it's not that comfortable for you, it's because your knees are super tight, because your hips are super tight. You may have to sit up on something like a bolster, right? So I'm just gonna sit on that to demonstrate for you for future reference. Right? If you need it, it's there for you. Or if you want to jump in right now. Good. I don't need it, so I'm just going to leave it there. But again, making those circles. And again, remembering what your body needs. Because again, we need to relax that lumbar spine. If the lumbar spine is not relaxed, then we're just going to fall into the very thing that is the problem, which is constant sitting, right? We're getting exhausted. Right? We're getting exasperated by our sitting. Good, other direction. So again, this is loosening it up and you can hear it. It's like crick, crick, crack, crack, gurgle, gurgle, releasing, nitrogen from the body. Right? Feeling that decompression. Getting rid of all that carbon dioxide, refreshing it, right? New oxygenated blood. Good. And one of the best poses to do when you're stressed, when you're sick, when you've been sitting for a long time, you want to relax, you want to release, is the Cobbler Pose, right? You want to feel as safe as an oyster. Right? If you've ever tried to open or shuck an oyster, it's very difficult. And that's because it's very safe. So we want to feel that same safety. So again, knees out, hands underneath the legs. And all we're going to do here is slowly relax the crown of the head down towards the feet. And once the head is relaxed, you hear it in my voice. There's a slight, almost like my voice changes. It's like, it's good. And you listen, it's because I'm curling my chin. And as I curl my chin, I can slightly pull through my forearms and draw myself down toward the ground. And you're going to feel it from the tailbone through the lumbar spine. And this is going to be a very special feeling. All right, lots of healing. Again, the more special the feeling, the more sensational through the senses, the healing. That's why you see lights and plants and colors and smiles and all sorts of things that associate the mind and the body with health and wellness, vibrance, vitality, right? These are really important aspects, right? Sometimes, and again, I don't say sometimes, but sometimes we do too much, right? It's not mine to say how much is too much for anyone. I'm not making a judgment. I'm just saying we know when we do too much. And so sometimes when we do too much
and we know when that is, it's really important to put on the brakes, to decelerate. And this posture, Cobbler Pose or butterfly, is really, really special for doing that. And you can feel it. The longer we hold, the more we start to see and be in it. And what are we seeing and being in it? Well, we're being ourselves. We're freeing ourselves of what no longer serves us. So if there's fat, let there be function, right? If there's stress, let there be sweetness or solace. Whatever it is, where there's injury, let there be pardon. Where there is disaster, let there be grace, right? Start to convert the energy as you breathe and be, right? Seeing into that breathing and being. Relaxing and releasing the human aspect and really being engaged and interacting with being. Because being is something we share with all other living, breathing beings. It's not just subjective to human. Right? The human is just human. And we share that with the billions of people on this planet. But universality, if we're being, right, because we're human being, then we're exercising or interacting with that aspect of ourselves that literally is shared with every other living being, breathing being on the planet. And some would even say the universe, planets, stars, right? All the mystery. We'll discuss that a little later. But before we end this posture, there's a little energetic move you can do at the end of each posture to really put the maraschino cherry or the final touch. And that is the Brahmari. And Brahmari is basically an internal om. So with lips closed, you hum really strong. And it's an internal shaking it up. It's an internal vibration. So you're going to hum along with me. You're going to hum as long as you can, as strong as you can. Because the longer and stronger, the better it is for your body. You'll notice you'll be able to pull a little bit deeper. You're going to create some spaciousness where you may not have been aware that there was any. Maybe something will relax and release that wasn't before. So let's do one all together to begin. Deep breath in. Good. Inhale, come up.
Holding the breath, we're going to do a Brahmari sitting right here. Sit up nice and tall and Brahmari. Good, and let's do one more round of Kapalabhati. Deep breath in and begin. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, hold. And as you inhale, hold, move your body around and feel the difference. again, where we've come from, where we are, it's quite significant. And each round teaches you that. We breathe in 360, we stretch in 360. Good, and when you're ready, let's exhale, let it go. Relax and release. All you're gonna have to do is just transfer in between. So I like to go on one foot and just tuck the other one behind me. And now we're gonna come into a beautiful tabletop position. Super easy. Good. Let me just extend my window a little bit bigger. Perfect. All right, so tabletop position, here we are. Allow ourselves to relax. And we're gonna drop and lift. So again, we're dropping basically your solar plexus, your heart, your middle body, your lumbar spine is curving, maximum curl. And again, you don't even have to lift the head to get maximum curl. You can just get it by being here, wiggling out, feeling. And then the best part is get a comfortable position with the hands, and then you press in the opposite direction. So again, you want to curl. And again, although you see my shoulders and my back, that's what it looks like. I'm really actually trying to curl through my lumbar spine. So again, I'm going to emphasize it by lifting my knees. That's where I want to be. And we're going to do that movement in a second. But until then, we're going to look up, tailbone up. We're going to look down, tailbone down. And I want you to feel this as you rock forward and back. Because there's going to be a spot that you're going to be able to get to. And again, it's like a treasure map. I'm just marking where X is. Right? You have to find the treasure. It's buried in each of us. Right? And you can feel it. And again, as we said, this class is intended on relaxing and releasing the sitting position. Right? Where we're exasperated, where we've been sitting all day on the computer, right? Through testing, eating, hanging out, right? Drinking coffee. Right? Especially when we're putting caffeine in our body, right? We're stressing our system, but we're not moving, right? Because we want that stimulation in the brain. That adenosine, right? And feel it, right? But in yoga, we want the anandamine, right? We want that bliss to be released. And so allowing our body, our breath to relax and release. Beautiful. Coming back to a neutral position. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. This is also really good for the lower body because it strengthens. Okay, pressing into the floor, press the tops of your feet, lift your knees and pulse. And try not to think about it too much. Imagine like you're jumping on a trampoline. We're not going to do it for too long, but it can get bigger and bigger. So you can start to stretch your legs over time, but just enjoying it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't worry, we're going to rest. 3, 2, and best part, knees to the ground, big toes touch, open up those legs, come on all the way down into child's pose. If you'd like, you can place your elbows on the ground, hands in prayer position, and just get a little bit bigger stretch by dropping those elbows down. And whichever you choose to do is great. Again, at the end of the day, it's all about getting those hips towards those heels. That's the important part. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly coming up. Stay in this position. Start to do cat-cow from here. Nice and easy. Again, if you have knee issues, you come up, right? You're just doing this in tabletop position. Right? So if there's any knee issues, you just pop up into tabletop and you just do it from here, right? But if you're here, it's a little bit different sensation, right? Rocking it up, rocking it down. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. We're 3/4 of the class done. Incredible. That's how you know you're having a spiritual experience, when time disappears. It's how you know you're having fun, when time disappears. When your mind is on time, you're not feeling fine. We want to free ourselves of time. We want to become timeless, right? We want to become childlike. We want to learn how to have fun as we exercise, so it doesn't become just another chore or responsibility. It's just something we like to do, right? It's not something we want to do, but it becomes something we like to do. That's even better than wanting it, right? Liking something and wanting something are two different phenomena, right? Same, but different. And that difference is what's important. That's what we're exploring. Good, beautiful feelings through the lower back. Fantastic. From here, simple movement. Right knee comes forward, right hip on the ground, relax sideways, deer pose. Massage it out, massage it out. And again, this is probably the most practical posture for breaking free of your sitting position, relaxing and releasing. Why? You get a natural massage, right? You don't need anyone. You have yourself, right? And again, as a yogi, I've had to learn to take care of myself, right? Being in my 5th year, so technically 4, but 4 in 5 years, right? So 5 years of UFT, there's been a lot of sitting. There's been a lot of deer posing, right? This is a great way to relax it, especially before or after an exam. Really important because there's so much tension. We don't even realize how long we've been sitting for. And so these hip muscles get so tight, right? So inflamed. And so this is a great way to help relax and release it, and also stretch and strengthen at the same time. Good. When you're ready here, just come down over top of the knee and just relax down, right? Your palms go right on top of each other, forehead to the top, and just relax down, right? Breathe and feel. Elongating that breath. Remember, you'll get the best stretch by the breath, because it's the one that's going to be permanent. It's the one that's going to be lasting. Good. And slowly coming up. Now, before we go anywhere, we're going to twist. We're going to send that energy all the way through. So coming now over top of the thigh in the opposite direction. Look over the right shoulder and just move your body forward and back. Continue that same movement we did before. And just let it flow. Let it go. And again, you're going to feel it going up higher. And that's the point. That's what we're trying to relax and release. Feel, feel, feel. Good. Again. And coming down onto your forearms. Right? Relax down. Look over your right shoulder. 10 breaths. Beautiful. And slowly coming up. Again, one more position to go. Coming forward, over top of the shin now, left and right. Move forward and back. Again, we're opening up those hips in a radical way. Might not seem much at first, but trust me, when you finish this practice, you're going to feel a lot more healthier and a lot lighter, because we've released a lot of that involuntary tension in the core. Remember, the core is everything that supports our spine, nose to toes. Good. From here, let's come down again onto forearms
And now again, I'm just over top of my shin. Relax down onto the ground if you'd like. Up to you. 10 breaths. And slowly coming up. Again, move it around, all around now. Feel, feel, feel. For the last part, I like to take my hands off the ground and just get a little bit more vertical. This is a lot harder to do. But again, you're breaking up all that fascia, all that connective tissue, everything that doesn't support you, right? Everything that's paining you, gripping you, grabbing you, releasing it, relaxing it, letting it go. Right? Don't let the emotions get the best of you. Feel, right? Heal, right? Give, live, grow, show. Fantastic. Good. So from here, I'm going to transition back into tabletop. There I go. Whoop. And then I'm going to come back down. And again, if I was in tabletop before doing cat-cow, I'm going to do the same thing. Or I'm going to come back down to this narrow position that we did earlier and call this puppy dog. And being able to come back down and just relax everything down and ground it. And you can really feel it, right? Especially for sitting. If you're a sitter, you're gonna feel this. This is almost gonna be agonizing. But again, as we always say in yoga, better out than in, right? We wanna relax and release. How do you do that? You have to let it go. If you hold on to it, there's no relax, there's no release, right? We'll never end up being comfortable, and we won't really give our body the self-care. All right, so again, I'm coming forward now, left knee comes in between, and then I just sit down on that left hip. So now I'm toward your backside. Again, gives you a different angle. Not gonna switch it up. Right, you get to see it on one side, it's good to see on the other side. Maybe you'll notice something different watching on the screen, but all I'm doing is massaging it out. Right, massaging it out. And as you can see with my feet, again, same thing as before, the knee and the foot are connected. Right? Massaging it out like a rolling pin. Imagine your hips, which aren't far off, even for all of us, regardless of how much fat we have, right? That function starts to feel like dysfunction, right? And we want to break free of the dissonance, right? If we have dis-ease, we want to break free of that dissonance. We want to just have resonance, right? We don't want to have discomfort. We want to have comfort. And the only thing that's in our way is this dis, right? This discomfort, even the sounds, right? It's like searing, right? So we really want to get that out. So remember, if you're, uncomfortable, just undo what is making you uncomfortable and just be comfortable, right? So relax into the posture. Good, let's come forward onto the knee, 10 breaths. Beautiful. And slowly coming up. As you come up, once again, roll it out and start to come over toward the left side now, toward the twist. And again, still rocking it out forward and back. And the whole point of this is to really break free of that fixation. There's certain patterns in the body, we call them holding patterns, and we want to connect the kinetic chains, the links in the body, be able to experience what it's like to feel or breathe nose to toes. If you can wiggle your toes, you can feel your toes. You're just not aware of the feeling, but the signal's there. So if the signal is there,
If the thought is there, then the feeling is there. It just hasn't been amplified. So we've got to increase that signal to noise ratio. Good, beautiful. From here, I'm just going to drop right down. Again, onto my forearms, and I'm going to look in the opposite direction. 10 breaths. Beautiful, and slowly coming up. Again, relax, let go, let be, let it flow. Good, and now we got only one more space to go. So again, that's going to be over the shin. So coming back over the shin now, moving forward, moving side to side. Oof, a little bit different here. Again, every part of this triangle is different. If the Bermuda Triangle gets you lost, the Yoga Triangle gets you found. And that's what we're exploring, the Yoga Triangle. Thigh, knee, and now shin. Good, coming down, 10 breaths. Beautiful, and slowly coming up. Again, move and groove, feel and heal. And again, if you'd like to challenge yourself, just place your hands on your knees and see if you can move all your body weight over top of those hips. Again, these are the junk drawers. This is where all the energy just pools down into. This is where we just focus everything on the mind and the brain, and all the input sensorium into the eyes, our ears, our mouth, our noses, right? Everything's up top. But touch, right? But somatosensory, but motor, right? All these abilities to move and groove, to warm up, to cool down, right? We feel these sensations. We have a subjective experience. Good. Now, instead of going into table, we're gonna just bring the feet out in front. And now we're gonna do one more time, but instead of doing it from the ground, we're gonna do it from sitting. Drop one knee down at a time. Drop one knee down at a time. And again, feel how easy it is. Right? Hips are very open now. And again, I just want you to be aware of that differentiation. Good, 10, 9, look in opposite direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's lie down on our backs for Shavasana. Really feel. I have a bolster here, so I'm just going to slide it underneath my knees because it's comfortable. Right? But you can also, you don't need it. I shouldn't even show it just in case there isn't one in your arsenal or inventory. But if you don't have one, it's great to have. Good. Squeeze your glutes, release. Squeeze your glutes, release. I'm just demonstrating with my hands what's going on in my hips. I'm just squeezing, releasing, just bringing a little bit of blood flow, right? Circulating the blood through the hips for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, squeeze, release, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, and let's enter into Shavasana with one Brahmari. All together, deep breath in.
Fantastic. And just let your heart open, your head open, and your hips open. And if your hips aren't open, just give your feet a shake. If your heart isn't open, just relax your shoulders side to side or change the position of your arms. If your head isn't open, just relax your head side to side. How do you know what open is? Open is comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you're not open. Right? There's no two ways about it. Right? In order to be open, one would have to be comfortable. The two are synonymous with each other. Right? And when you're comfortable, you can increase this energy by being and breathing into a state of relaxation. So imagine a spectrum that moves from comfort to relaxation. And so once you get comfortable, you enter the spectrum. And let's say comfort is the color red. We're traveling all the way through the frequency and vibration towards purple. Starting to feel and starting to heal. Different wavelengths, different amplitudes. Just allow yourself to be and receive. Shavasana is all about integrating. You don't have to do anything. Just be and receive. Slowly waking from your awakening. Start to rock our heads side to side and twinkle our fingers like stars. Right? We want to relax. We don't want to fall asleep. Right? But if we do, that's okay. Right? It just means you really needed to be a little more relaxed. Good. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Bring those tailbone tilts back into the movement. Great. Stretch your arms up over your head. Oof. Feel nice big stretch in the tailbone. Oh. Good. And when you're ready, rolling onto left or right side, let's come up to a comfortable seated position to close our practice. And again, just sitting nice and comfortably, heels underneath the knees. Or again, if you're open or want to try being a little bit more open, bring the heels more towards the hips.
Good. And once you're here, deep breath in through the nose. And now bring your hands together and exhale. And just like creating a very primal, right, ancient fire, right, before many modern technologies, allow yourself just to invigorate yourself with the old technique of creating friction, of creating warmth. If you've ever been really cold, this is one of the hardest things to do because your body starts going into shock. And so this is a wonderful way to really draw heat into the body. If you're ever cold, right, all you need to do is this, right? It warms you up. It also warms up your insides, right? Come down towards the tailbone, right? Feel that connection and imagine you're moving through your spine, in through your heart. Bring it up into your heart, up into your head. Let it flow. Close your eyes. Feel the energy. Bring it up over your head. Good. Back down over your heart. And go as fast as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let your palms open up. Right? Feel the energy. Feel the flow. Right? This is the power of yoga, the power of presence, spaciousness, stillness, silence. Right? Everything exists in this moment. There is no other moment. There is only now. Everywhere is here. Now is always. And we can feel that. We can know that. Because the same space we're holding with our hands is the same space that surrounds us. It's the same space that, envelops our Earth, our solar system, our galaxy. This space is everywhere. It's even in between your palms. It's very precious, for there is more mystery than matter, and that's part of the scientific inquiry, empiricism, discovery. Being able to study ourselves, being able to look at our own biases, our own perspectives, our own analysis, and being able to meditate, being able to find discernment, equilibrium, and balance. So when you're ready, we're going to chant the mantra Om to slowly close the palms together and slowly close the practice. Deep breath in. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. In your hearts, in your lives, in everything that you see, are, and be. The divine in me sees and shares the divine in you. In love, with love, and through love. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. Namaste. Yay! Great class. Great class.